Hi, thank you for taking the time to watch this video abstract and for showing interest in this topic. My name is Boyle, and I'm the first author of a paper recently published in the journal Autism, titled Autism in Vietnam, a Systematic Scoping Review. Autism research has predominantly focused on Western contexts, with limited studies being conducted in Vietnamese cultural contexts. There is an increasing amount of research exploring autism in Asian contexts, but it's important to not homogenize the Asian experience, and so a targeted inquiry into autism in a Vietnamese cultural context is warranted. Cultural context can influence the conceptualizations of autism and also the nature of support for those within the autism community. The exploration of autism within Vietnamese cultural contexts also allows for the consideration of Vietnamese diasporas outside of Vietnam. Through conducting a systematic scoping review, we aimed to address three research questions. 1. What is the landscape of autism research in Vietnamese cultural contexts? 2. What is the quality of autism research within Vietnamese cultural contexts? And 3. What is the extent of autism community involvement in autism research in Vietnamese cultural contexts? 12,612 records were identified, 8,650 were screened, and 137 studies met our inclusion criteria and were included in review. In answer to question 1, our analyses found there to be a growing body of literature pertaining to autism in Vietnamese cultural contexts, with 87% conducted in Vietnam, 7% conducted in the US, and the remaining studies conducted in Australia, Finland, Norway, and the UK. Each study was assigned a thematic area based on the Interagency Autism Coordinating Committee categorizations, and the analyses found that much of the literature focused on services and supports at 39%, as well as interventions at 20%. Through an inductive trend analysis, three key themes were identified. These included the centrality of family, the importance of school and education, and identifying a cause of autism. Our second research question pertained to the quality of the research, which we assessed using the Mixed Methods Appraisal Tool, or the MMAT. Using the MMAT, a quality appraisal tool developed within a Western context, the findings indicated that the studies were largely of low quality, often as a consequence of a lack of clear reporting of the methodology or justification of methodological processes. This raises the question as to how appropriate tools like the MMAT are in contexts such as Vietnam, where research quality might be judged against different standards. The final research question asks what the extent of autism community involvement was in this body of literature. We observed that the majority of the research did not include autism community involvement, with 3% explicitly reporting community involvement and 4% ambiguously reporting community involvement. From our systematic scoping review, we highlight priority areas for future research. We suggest work to be done to better understand how rigor is understood in a Vietnamese research context, for there to be improved methodological reporting, and for more attention to be paid in actively involving the Vietnamese autism community in the research. Thank you for watching this video abstract. Please read the full paper if you would like to learn more.